Okay, welcome back. So we're going to do some sizing on some real cracks. We have these two crack blocks that were from a set of 10 blocks, and I marked them as crack A and crack B. And these were made in a lab, and it's usually secret how they make these things, but they probably did something like they took a piece of plate and then maybe machined a notch onto it and then clamped it in a vise and cyclically bent it over and over again, maybe 100 times a second for a week. Maybe they did something like painted some salt water on it to make an unfavorable environment for the steel. And when they grow these cracks, they can grow in a lot of different types of shapes, depending on how they do it. It's not always just a nice straight crack like that. They might be something that has a lot of branches on it and a lot of funny shapes. So this set of cracks turned out to be extremely difficult to UT. And I just looked at these two samples, A and B with 45, and they were pretty difficult to do. So I'm just going to go straight to the 60 degree with you, and we'll try to do some sizing. So I have them set up as ID cracks, and I'm going to recall my 60 degree cal. 60 degree setup, file open, select 60, open, 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 still 60, contents, recall. And let's see. Our mantra is recall the cal, check the cal, set the gain, and go. So I recalled the cal. I'm going to check the cal. I got my 60 on here, and the 100 deep hole should be near 1 on the screen because I have a 1-inch deep screen. 2 should be near 2. 3 should be near 3, and 4 should be near 4. 4 should be near 4. Recall the cal, check the cal, so the cal checks out okay. Set the gain. So our general rule is, however thick our material is, we're going to go to the side drill hole closest to that thickness and bring that side drill hole to 50% screen height. So these cracked blocks are 307 thousandths thick, so I'm going to go to the 300 hole, and I would like that to be close to 50% screen height, and that's pretty close. So I'm going to say that I'm good with my gain there. I'm going to set reference dB. Got my reference dB set. And let's look at our notch block and see if our sizing looks good. Let's take a couple of items. Let's try the 90 deep ID notch. Okay, let's see. We're looking at the 30, 60, 10, 30, 60, 90, the 90 deep notch, and the depth to that tip is 210. So we're very close there. Let's try a different depth. Let's try this 180 deep notch. So that should be at about 120. All right, so I think our sizing looks good. All right, let's see what we can find here. I'm going to start by going UTing towards the label. And I think I've pretty clearly found the ID corner-ish type signals there near 300 deep. And I think I'm going to say that in this direction, this is the furthest tip I have towards the left. And going towards the A, I'm going to say I see it at about 208. I'm going to write that down. Oops. 208. Let me try this in the other direction. The sound coming from the label. So in that same area of the blocks, a little off center from the middle of the block, I'm finding this last tip right here. And where is it? What depth? 167. All right, I'm going to write that down. .167. So this is 307 thick, 167 to the tip. Let's see, 307 minus 167. Is 140. All right, so our flaw height is 140, and our depth to the tip is 167. All right, let's try the B plate. Okay, here's our cracked plate marked B. Definitely looks like there's something at the ID there. All right. Okay, towards that edge of the plate there, I've got this one tip that's pretty loud. So I'm going to write that down here. From this going towards the B, I get it as being 153 to the tip. So this is for the B, 153. All right, let's try the sound going from the label. All right, so what I'm seeing is this one. And it's near the edge of the plate. But the last tip that I walk over is this little one right here. Let's see if we can put that up into the gate. Whoops. Yeah, 140. So I'm going to write that down. 140, that's a smaller number, so if I'm 140 to the tip, depth to the tip is 140. What's my flaw height? Let's see. 307 minus 140 equals 167. All right, so this flaw was deeper. So this is just a give you an idea, like real cracks can be a real challenge to size, and you might have to hunt around quite a bit to find that tip furthest to the left. All right, thanks a lot.